British DJs, an American voiceover. It's the Harley and Josh Show.
Happy Harley!
What is that? Oh, your arm was doing a weird thing as you said that.
It's my happy Harley.
You're like a broken
jiggle.
chicken.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, mate. It's holiday season.
It is the holiday season, which means no holiday for us.
If Americans are listening to, no, it's not Christmas in the UK now.
No, it's not quite Christmas just yet. Oh, I don't really want to think about that.
Money and gigs.
I did have someone ask me, they were like, have you got much free time in over December? And I was like, probably not.
No.
I didn't even have to look, and
It's like second summer.
Yeah.
Also known as winter.
It's so hot. And it's
it's
so
great.
hot.
Oh, I love it. Like I was just saying to the guys in IORadio when we walked in, just like how many people have complained about the weather today. There's like too many. I was like, right, you're getting a free holiday weather here. You know, you don't have to go abroad to get tan.
I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. It's very warm, and I have to say, me and Mr. David Brown were talking about vans the other day. And I was discussing with...
David Brown, the coolest man in the town. Teaching kids and kicking ass. Hope you never frown, David Brown.
You were saying?
Can we make a jingle for everyone we talk about? Oh, yeah. That can be a nice little reminder. Bingo cards at the ready.
Get your bingo cards
Get your bingo cards.
If you want your own personal David Brown jingle. I mean, just jingle. Just a Brown jingle.
Yeah. yeah. If you want a personal jingle about David Brown, win the bingo. Maybe that's what it should be. No.
What were you guys talking about?
We were talking about vans and stuff. I've been talking with some people about some gigs over the next year with Chart Attack, and we were discussing, obviously, with my van, it's great, but it's old. And therefore has quite a high tax when you go into London.
Right, yeah.
And if we are getting any shows in London, I don't want to be having to pay £100 to £200
I used
every
to get
gig.
around that with the Chevy because most Chevrolet had LPG. So as soon as I go into central London, they're like, don't worry about it. And I was, even if I was running on petrol at the time.
The fact that it's got the LPG conversion makes it,
Exactly.
Maybe I should just put a tank in the back and never use it.
Or just put the words LPG. Words?
Yeah.
Words.
Maybe I should do that. That could be a way around it. But then also the big tank takes up a lot of space.
£2,000 or something like that to convert it to LPGs.
I'd rather not.
Yeah. I think you might be cutting your losses here. But anyway, sorry, you were saying.
So yeah, and Ted's like, yeah, but imagine getting a new car with aircon. I'm like, I don't really miss aircon. Like in the van today, it was warm. It was very warm. But I had all windows open. I had the cold air vents on that just basically blow outdoor air in. And that was enough for me. I quite enjoyed that. I think I'm certainly a summer boy. Mm-hmm. I'm not a winter boy.
That's all, I think it's when we're happiest. It's when we're busiest as musicians. But it's also just the amount of vitamin D, the amount of D you get.
Yeah,
it's just so much better than when you don't get enough D.
No, that's very good for you. You need a lot of the vitamin D.
Good.
And it's very good for you. You see, for me, I just can't stay. I'm a skinny boy, therefore, I think I'm somewhat a lizard because I cannot stay warm in winter.
Right, yeah.
You
can't just get enough D.
No, I just can't. And you will see me in winter, and I will be wearing a t-shirt, a shirt over the top. Mm-hmm. And a hoodie.
Same.
Just to be indoors.
Exactly.
And I just can't. I just have no insulation.
But this time of year, it's like a barrage of D. It's great.
It's all There's a lot of the D just showering on you from the sky, and it's good for you. It's very good for you.
It's moisturising.
It is.
Oh, you broke me. I was trying my hardest. I was trying my real hardest. Yeah, cool. So yeah. What you been doing, Harley?
So I have been doing lots of stuff. I can't remember what I've been doing. I've been working hard.
I think you've got a podcast to remember it. Yeah.
Yes. So we had rehearsals early last week with Chart Attack. We've got a guy. I don't know if you come across Adam Churchill.
Yes.
Yeah. Incredible guitarist. He's stepping with us this weekend, and we had our first rehearsal with him, and that's when we realised quite how good he is. He's a lovely guy. And a very good guitarist. I mean, I've only ever seen him play blues. He's very much a blues guitarist that he's known for. But he was playing some real jazzy licks. And then 5 minutes later, we were jamming on some sugar riffs.
Brilliant. Crazy.
He was just incredible. And the thing I was most looking forward to, and I can't wait to hear it for a full PA system, he brought his Kemper along. You know what the digital amps, and it was just great, and it's got a really cool transpose function. We did a song, we changed the key, but we needed the open string,
right?
So he just went dook 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 and went down a few tones, and it was just seamless.
That is really cool.
You know, everything he needs is there in one place. We've got in-ears, so we can practice nice and quietly. It was just incredible.
Where
really
did you practice?
Area 51.
Nice. Yeah.
So we're there tomorrow. I think the guys are there all afternoon, and then I'm joining them in the evening and taking lots of food for them to enjoy.
Beautiful.
So so that was the beginning of my week, and we had the last of our rock project sessions, which is sad.
It was, wasn't it?
We've all been sort of saying, you know, that
it kind of didn't really hit me until the week before.
Yeah.
When Dave was just like, everybody listen, next week's the last session. I'm just like, oh, wow, oh, ow, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But,
and for you're a fairly newcomer, so you've not been doing, how long, when did you start? Was it
oh, my goodness.
Jan?
Yeah.
Some?
It was just after Christmas. And just,
I'm just saying the first few letters of every
month you can. Yeah.
Month.
Just say, can you remember the word month as well?
I forgot the word month.
Oh, yes. But yeah, so how did you find your last couple?
The last couple of sessions were real good. There was a lot of tension. Yeah, the kids were starting to feel the nerves.
Mm-hmm.
These students have been kind of just been rolling with it as they go and sort of taking it in their stride. And now, then by the time we came to the last session, you're like, cool. So remember, this gig is your last. This session is your last practice before the gig. So if you don't get anything right, take it home and practice. And you know then the eyes widened, and there was like, okay. And I tell you what, we had our end of year shows on the weekend, and I'm not. I'll get into that when we get there.
Nice.
But they absolutely smashed it. It was great. Go out and smash it. But before I did that, me and Clare, blues guitarist. I've been working a lot with blues guitarists this week.
Yeah, you love it.
We did a gig. We played Upton Blues Festival, and
Upton Blues.
She's been singing in the
Clare Festival.
Ooze.
No. Festival Ooze. No.
Festival Ooze. We've all been there, guys. So we.
Yeah.
Fourth wall break in the wrong way. So yeah, we went all the way to Upton, which is sort of about half an hour, 40 minutes out of Birmingham.
Right.
Fair old trek. Nice. And but we got there. We met a drummer there called Matt Furness, who's a Norwich based drummer. Real lovely guy. Only young. I think he's sort of 20, 21. But just really professional, really good. He turned up with a folder full of stuff with notes on every song. Brilliant. And Claire was just like, well, I feel very comfortable right now. And
I don't know about it as much about my songs as you do.
Yeah, that's it. Like that's a real good first impression you can make when you're working with artists that you meet, which you don't have a lot of rehearsal time. If you turn up and be like, and Adam did the same thing. He turned up and was like, I've got these notes. Let me know if anything's wrong or whatever. I can edit as I go. And I'm like, this is great. I know this guy's done his homework. And Matt was the same thing. They turned up with everything they need, and they were like, cool. Yeah. Give me a shout if anything needs changing or whatever. Yeah. And it was great to the point that I forgot to give him a couple of cues because I was like, nah, he knows this. And he got it anyway. But then afterwards, I was like, I probably should have led him into that bit. But yeah, no, it was really good. And I found it really funny because I went all the way over there, and I, during the first song, looked out to the crowd, saw a guy from Ipswich, and I don't know his name. I've never spoken to him. I don't know if you might have seen him around because he's always at gigs. Yeah. I had a bandana on and a purple beard.
Oh, Dave Markwell.
Is that his name?
Dave Markwell.
Yeah, he was there.
Mental.
So, and I was just like, okay. Anyway, and chatting with the sound crew afterwards and went, you know, I said, we'll come all the way from Ipswich, and there's someone from Ipswich. He went, you know this is Eclipse's sound system. Oh, right. And I turned around, I looked, and I thought, I recognise that bass amp. It was an SWR combo, lovely thing. And then I realised that West End Music sold it to Eclipse when they were looking for some backline. And I was like, because at the beginning,
What are the chances?
exactly. I said to the guy before we started, he went, I don't know what the amp's like, but I hope it's good, because it was a case of plugging into the backline already set up, you know. And I said to him, I said, yeah, no, my old shop used to have one of these. I really liked it. Didn't realise it was the actual one. So yeah, that was a thing.
You're like, my baby, I've missed you.
Yeah.
Come back home to daddy.
I do like SWR stuff. They are really well made. It's a shame they don't exist anymore. They're one of the fewer companies that were bought out by Fender for them to own lots of brands, and they changed their strategy and closed down SWR along with Jens Benz. Neither companies exist anymore. Because then they rebranded everything to be the Fender Rumble. Yeah. So technically, your Fender Rumble is probably a Jens Benz body, and it's probably originally was a Jens Benz system that they've rebranded.
It is a great amp, that.
They are really good.
Yeah.
As you talked about on your podcast. Your vidcast.
Yeah, vidcast with Rayna Vandel.
Rayna
Vandel. But yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Okay, cool. So yeah, that was my Friday, and the Saturday. I'm going to roll Saturday and Sunday all into one, because we at the Rock Project did our first lot of end of year shows. So we did our Monday night and Wednesday night shows, and it was just incredible. We booked out St Peter's Church. We had Professional Image doing the sound. Nick Olver did a great job there. We had the kids on various different tiers of the stage. So the drums, I don't know if you've played at St Peter's, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah.
But anyone else listening who's seen what it's like, there's big steps, and there's like a 4-tiered stage, and we used the first tier to have the vocals, the second had the bassist and the drummers on, bassist and guitarist, and then we had the drummer on the top with the back line. And it just looked great. It looked fantastic. I know Dave got a great shot. I think he put it on the Rock Project Instagram of us teachers doing the teacher track. And it just looked incredible, because you had the whole stained glass behind it. It was just really cool.
Nice.
And
yeah,
the
it
kids
does look lovely in there. That must have been nice for the kids to sort of realise that, not all places look like an actual venue, it's made specifically for this. It's decommissioned, right?
Yeah.
Church, is that right? What the word is?
I'd hope so, because
unconsecrated.
we played some pretty rocky songs that I pretty
Satan!
Yeah, that was one of our hits.
You need to hear that song. I'm going to show you that song. It's I'm going to find it for you.
That'll be our post-show listening.
Yeah. Anyway, carry
link
on.
in the description.
Sorry.
So yeah, it was just really good. The kids did so well. The best thing about it, though, which you missed out on last year, because you weren't teaching last year, but we had comms.
Right.
We had headsets.
Very cool.
So we had it was a very, very well organised operation. We had Rob sitting at the front. He was giving vocalist cues coming in if they were ever got lost, which he didn't need to do a great deal, which is great. It's shows how well he's taught them, that there were only a handful of times that they got a little bit lost. And it shows how the rest of the band have really honed in their set, so they know what they're playing, so the singers don't get confused. You had me and Tom McCarthy, and we both had our own headset. Comms McCarthy. I knew there was one there.
Yes.
We both had a headset on, despite the fact we were right next to each other. But it was quite good, because
Where are you standing, Harley? I'm right next to you. Over. Yeah.
It was quite nice, actually, because it was quite loud in there, so we could talk to each other without having to get too close to each other, because it'd be bad for Tom's back bending over to speak to me.
Yeah. Self-burn.
He's tall.
He is a very tall man.
We did give each other I gave everyone code names. I was Rocket Raccoon.
Nice.
Tom was Groot.
Yeah.
Rob was Batista.
Oh, great.
I don't know what his character's name is, but we went with Batista, and And then Nick on sound, he also had a headset. He was Thanos because he could just at the click of the finger just
Speaking of
take
group,
everyone
look at
out.
this guy, right? This picture of this man that we saw at Kelvedon Music Festival. We talked about this last week. Look, I had to stop and take a picture of his T-shirt. It's incredible. It's a death metal T-shirt.
Death metal Groot.
With Groot on it, and it just in death metal writing it says Groot. I can just hear it as Groot.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, sorry.
So the headsets are great because Nick, during one of the songs where it's like the bass is way too loud coming in, it's distorting in. Okay, so I could run up, bring down the preamp, and sort everything out. Because he was right at the back of the room, he wasn't able to run to and from, so we were able to sort those bits out. And it was just really cool. However, the best fun things was the fact that we could make a lot of jokes through the comms.
Okay.
And just when Rob went onto the stage to help someone with a mic.
Did Dave get the comms?
Dave didn't have comms because he was running around everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is great. He didn't need comms because if I needed him, I just turned around and he was there. He was
Dave, can I have you?
yeah.
About this, can I
He was
have-
on it, absolutely on it. But everyone's looking at you, Rob. Whilst you're on stage, everyone, your flies are undone.
That's very
And
mean.
he didn't. Yeah, well, they got me with that one last year.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, it was payback.
Oh, God.
But he didn't buckle.
Nice.
But yeah, no, there was a good laugh. But that was a great vibe. There was no crazy high stress. There were a couple of moments of students who would get a little bit wobbly, but we were all had the time to be able to sit down with them and go, look, you got this. We know you've done it 1,000 times at the meeting place or at Copplestone, and we'll go, you've got this. Everyone out there is wanting you to do well, and we know you can.
Many people throw any tantrums or anything?
None.
Tantrums,
No.
Just wobblies.
Yeah, no, there were a couple of pep talks, and they got out there and they absolutely just hit it out of the park. It was just really good evening. And that is my evening.
Were you sure
Wait, weekend.
that's everything you... Was that everything you did?
Yeah, no, that was...
What'd you do? That's what you did.
Yeah, that is what I did.
That was nice, mate. I like that. Yeah, I was absolutely gutted that I couldn't make it to either show.
No.
Either show.
You were hoping to make it to the Sunday one, weren't you? But
exactly. Well, yeah, it was a busy one, but So, before I get onto anything else, I want to play some music, sir, because there is a new band around here that Harley and I know very well, and actually we've known the drummer for many, many years and talked about him on the show too many times, Mr. Ben Diffley.
Oh, Mr. Ben Diffley, the left-handed leopard himself.
But yeah, so I want to play a song by this new band. They've gone through a couple of different name changes. We referred to them on the show as Guerrero Street before, so if you know who we're talking about now, they are now called Ikoko. And they have released a new single. So, guys, you're going to check them out on Facebook. They've got the single out on iTunes, on Spotify. It's on everywhere. But I want to show you guys just how amazing this sounds. Harley, you actually tracked this, didn't you?
I recorded this. I mixed the drums. And if
Jake did.
he did the final mix.
Jake, the guitarist.
Yes. Yeah, I mixed the drums and then stemmed out each instrument, and they did the final tweaks to it.
Amazing. So,
I'll
talk a little about it a little bit more. But guys, listen to this. This is called Under Time for Harry Greene.
What we should do one day, we should book out like a studio and just like record our jams. Yeah, like just make the best that we like best.
Do you think we should have an idea of what to record, like ideas that we've done in the past?
Yeah, because that was just where we're talking about how everything's based off like it's kind of that.
That was Under Time by Ikoko. That's KZ on the piano. That's Ben Diffley on the drums.
Yep.
That's Alfie on the bass and Jake on the guitar. We'll talk about them because my week last week started off with a jam with these guys.
What?
Well, I'll tell you what we did. Okay, we had was it Pro Sound? Is on Hadley Road. I'd not practiced there before.
Oh yeah,
it's a great little studio. I thought it's right near Eastern Entertainment Services. Or
Okay, yeah.
The old Karaoke Plus, and just around the corner from there. It's in one of the units, and yeah, I had a great little practice with them because they are joining me.
Mm-hmm.
For some recordings coming up soon.
What?
You love that button, don't you?
I found a button that you can get to it quickly, and I'm just going to keep loading it up.
Loading it up. But yeah, no. So, some of you guys that like my personal page, Josh Locke, will have noticed that I keep putting up videos of jams that we've been doing. So there have been some from where were we? Gemini Studios with the Ikoko guys.
Yeah.
And also some from Area 51.
Yep.
With a specially sourced band, because some of the stuff that I've been writing is just right for the band that you guys just heard, Ikoko, because it's chilled out, it's soulful, it's funky. It's got some jazz in there, so it needs but you know it's still got those sort of like bluesy vibes. So it needs players that are used to doing that all the time. But the other songs that I've written require some guts if you know what I mean. It needs a much more punch to it. So I made my own band for it out of some of my best friends. We have Mr. Rich Webb on the drums, Mr. Tom McCarthy on the guitar, Groot or AKA, and Mr. Harley Cotton on the bass.
What?
You may know Harley Cotton from such things as.
Sorry, say that again.
You may know Harley Cotton from such hits as
What?
and the Harley and Josh show. So yeah, I had 2 jams last week for my solo albums that are coming out very soon. Keep your ears peeled.
They will be in this heat.
Well, I know, crikey, they're so peeled off. Too much D. So on the Tuesday, I had the jam with the Ikoko guys, and on the Thursday, I had a jam with you, Harley.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, wasn't it?
I never
fun?
mention it because I'm always like, I don't want to.
Is it a secret? Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I'm keeping it kind of under wraps just to sort of keep people interested, and be like, oh, what is all this? So yeah, you guys are just gonna have to keep your eyes peeled on the Josh Locke page. I'll.
Is it a / thing?
Just facebook.com//Josh Sam Locke.
Josh Sam Locke.
Yeah. But yeah, so I spent my week doing that, sort of getting stuff ready for the rehearsals, because like you were saying with Clare and the Depp drummer, you know, you try and get people kind of prepared for it, so that you're not just spending all the time like teaching people the riffs or showing them how the song sounds. What I usually do to prepare people is make chord grilles. Now, chord grilles, they're not sort of like chord sheets where you've just got like stave music and the chords above them. They're actually it's a French thing, mostly used by gypsy jazz guitarists, which I found translates so much easier to people, because what I do is I'll just put the song title at the top of the page, the tempo and the key. And then I basically make a big sort of Excel spreadsheet, which is just like a grid. You're saying, oh, okay, you've seen these.
I'm learning. Cause...
You've seen these. I gave them to you last Thursday because that's what we were reading off. So what we end up with is like a...
I don't know if you did.
Yeah.
Did you?
It was in the group chat. So, so you didn't.
I don't do group chats, you know.
Oh, God.
Thems.
Yes, exactly. So it's like it's either a 4x4 grid, or depending on how big the section is, 4 or 8 across, because 4 bars or 8 bars, depending on what the sort of the loop of the song is. So that you just sort of class each sort of cube as a bar, and in that cube is the name of the chord. So even if it's not showing you the riff or anything, you know what chord tone to be on. If you're soloing, it's good for jazz people. You also know what kind of key we're in from looking at it, what sort of substitutions we're using. So that's quite interesting. Search that out if you're sort of like in a rush to make some chord sheets, but you don't have any stave paper, but you do have Excel. It's really quite useful and quite easy to do.
I might use that more often, actually.
Yeah.
Just to make stuff nice and quick and easy.
Yeah, and it's quite good as a visual guide for yourself. But yeah, I had the rock project with you all week as well. So it was really quite sad, because like when that you're not going to see these kids for 6 weeks, and you've gotten such to know their sort of their strengths and weaknesses in their playing, but also just their strengths in personality. So the reasons why you like them, you want them to succeed. Yeah. And you start to see them shine way more, because they're as they're coming to the end of their term, the friendship groups have grown wider. So all these kids that weren't talking to each other at the beginning now are sort of making their own friendship groups together. They'll go on stage and they'll be sort of back to back with each other, and you're like, I love those 2 kids. I'm so glad they like each other.
That's it. And you really did see a lot of that sort of, like I say, that grown friendship at the live shows, more so off stage than on stage as well, helping each other out.
But man, you forgot to mention on Wednesday, the rock project cake. Hope and Andrea.
The cake.
Oh, guys, thank you so much. They made a rock hand of the horn variety.
The horned rock hand.
The horned rock hand out of marshmallow crispy square things, didn't they?
Genius.
Like Rice Krispie things, homemade. And they had a cake at the bottom that said Rock Project Ipswich that was filled with Smarties. Not Smarties, Skittles. Absolutely crazy. It was like a Victoria sponge. I only had the one piece because there were a lot of kids. I was like, I can't be the guy that says, no, not for you. Mine. I can't be doing that. Not around kids. I'd be like staring them in the eyes, just like, this was your piece. Now it's my piece. Look at me, Jerry. Don't blink.
I was really sad because the plan was to open at the end of session. I had to leave before the end of session. And they were very nice enough to open it and share it out midway through session, so I managed to have some. And then I stayed till the end anyway. So,
yeah. Oh, it was great. It was great because again, like, you know, it was Hope. She puts on a lot of effort into the into every single performance she's doing. She's one of the only students that doesn't flag during the session.
Yeah, she's always, and she sang on every song. And
I believe
she won Student of the Year.
Student of the Year for Coppleston Juniors.
For Coppleston Juniors, yeah. Yeah, so we had a junior, a senior for every school. So,
Round of applause.
So, special shout out to Hope.
Drums, please. Ba-ba-ba-doom.
But
Yay, Hope.
Thank you for the cake.
Yeah, thank you for the cake. But yeah, so Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had to say goodbye to a lot of, kids and friends, and also, saying, I'm not going to be able to see you, Tom, Ashley, Chris, Rob, Dave.
Anywhere near as much.
I don't think I can. There's nobody else. Maybe I want to say David. Oh no, wait! It's because I'm thinking of two people that look exactly the same. It's David Rayna.
David Rayna.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss all these guys. It's nice to sort of see
David Vandel. And Rayna Brown.
Dave Vandel. Yeah, I'm really enjoying just being able to hang out with you guys, sort of like good friends of mine, and sort of know what you're doing week to week, so I can spy on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna miss you guys for the next 6 weeks, but
Well, you still got me.
Yeah, exactly, mate. We got our weekly catch up, bud.
Yeah. Is it bank holiday at the end of September? There must be.
It was one of the end of August.
End of August, that's the one. Yeah. So we'll.
At the end of August.
So that will finally be a week where we go without seeing each other, which would be nice.
That was a Tom McCarthy reference there because we went to see 36 Crazy Fists.
Nice.
But yeah, so let's rock it onto the weekend. I didn't have a gig Friday. But I spent it with my girlfriend, just like you do when you don't have a gig.
You're allowed that.
Yeah, exactly. You got to enjoy your time. So that was really nice to see Frankie for an actual weekend evening, and just went out. But we couldn't go out late because we had a gig in Southampton in Hampshire. We had to be there at I want to say 12. Yeah, we had to be there at 12. So we had to leave off at 8 a.m. So early night.
Yep.
Left off at 8, picked up Rich and Rayna, and on the way recorded another of the vidcast things.
I really enjoyed watching the first one.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. And I said to Rayna, I was like, it makes me a little sad because that's kind of what I wanted the Harley and Josh show to be.
Yeah.
Is a real sort of insiders industry thing. But because of we're doing it as a radio form, we have various different... the format's different. We got to work with the format we got, and I like what we do, and it's completely different.
This is where it's all coming out, guys.
Well, I've said this before.
Where's the butt? Show me the butt.
Oh, you've said that before. And but it's great that Rayna's doing it, and it's great because I wanted to do something like that, to see something like that done.
Kind of a little bit of a suggestion from me.
He did say it was your
We were
idea.
on the way to a gig, and I was just like, we're talking about all this cool stuff. Like, why don't we just put a camera in the van and just and just talk about it. So if you guys want to know what we're talking about, check out Rayna Vandel's YouTube channel, as we say most weeks. He does put up some great content every week. He's got another one coming out Friday, which we recorded en route to Southampton. It's basically just a bunch of musicians in a van on the way to a show talking about the process of becoming a musician and the pitfalls and the uprises.
How many of our questions did you answer this week?
Oh God, I think I put I didn't put the question across soon enough, but it was because like I put the question up, and within an hour we were doing the podcast. And no, not even that. Within sort of like half an hour. But then all the questions like the good questions came in way after that. You know, people were
You
sort
need
of
to
like,
go on for next time though.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there were some weird ones like does Harley wear cotton?
Yep.
Is Josh locked? Like I'm just like I can't answer these things. It's not about music.
I think it was Ben Button asked a question, a really good one. I was like, because it was too late, and I was like, that was a really good question that he asked.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be tuning into the one after this next one.
Yeah, we will be. But yeah, so we answer your questions. So if you've got some more questions that you want answered by musicians about the music industry, then yeah, check out Rayna Vandel's YouTube channel and leave a comment on his video. Give it a like as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was loads of fun. We went down to Southampton, got there at about 12:30 because it was another sort of 4-hour drive that had traffic on the M25. Just you can plan for traffic as much as you want, but you know, thank you. I just got spurted by alcohol. But you know, the M25 is always going to have traffic, and you're always going to be late. It's just ridiculous. So, but yeah, we got there. Lovely little bohemian wedding in a field with Talia and Andrew. Lovely people that had seen us at Swanfest. Actually, no, it was just the Swan. They saw us with Isaac Ajala. They were like, "Have you still got that drummer?" I was like, "No, you just played with us that one time." And if you guys haven't seen Isaac play, Isaac Ajala, he's on Facebook. Fantastic drummer. I haven't seen him doing as much recently because he got married.
Yeah. I think he does a lot of
congrats.
teaching and
Does a lot of teaching,
that
exactly.
side of things.
But yeah, fantastic. Sort of, he does a lot of gospel stuff. But he works really, really well with us when we play at the Swan. And obviously we got a gig out of it, so cheers, man. Nice. But yeah, so we had this wedding, and lovely bunch. We had what we do is, so if you guys have heard the album, there's a track on there called She's Dangerous, and in the middle of it is like a 32-bar drum break. I think it's even longer than that, actually. And in the recording, it's Ashton Jones and Aaron O'Connor doing percussion. But obviously live, we don't have a percussionist. So what I do is I got an idea from Khruangbin, a band that I've been talking about too many times. They take empty wine bottles on stage with drumsticks, wrap them up in cling film, so when you smash them, well, actually, I don't think they do that. It was my idea because if you smash them, then they just stay collected and you don't just get cut immediately. You know to just drop it and leave it.
Yeah.
I got that idea because I used to be in a production with Fiddler on the Roof, and I had to do a bottle dance where I dance with a bottle on my head, a wine bottle on my head, and without it falling off. So I had to do that in the Spa Pavilion. Anyway, but yeah, we covered them in cling film. Then we hand them out to the audience. So when there's this on the floor tom, they're like ting 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 ting. You see these people going around the dance floor just like bang 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 bang, absolutely loving it. Nice. It's loads of fun doing that. I put a lot of tambourine sometimes as well. And it's just another little thing. Audience participation and always goes down. Like, well, you can't go wrong with just making people feel like they're involved.
Yeah.
Horsefire, not Horsefire. Yeah, Horsefire.
Horsefire, yeah.
And Lady J.
Yeah.
Bring around, sort of tambourines and what are those tambourines with they've got skin on?
I think that is a tambourine.
But no,
I think the ones without is a tambora.
Somebody called it something different the other day. It was like a pangolin. A pangolin. I wanted to say a pangolin, but that is a small animal that you should not smack around the face a lot. And they are also endangered, so don't smack a pangolin.
Smack A Pangolin does roll off the tongue very well, though.
I feel like smacking a pangolin. Really do. No, don't. They're wonderful creatures.
That's a great band name, Smack A Pangolin.
I feel sorry now. There's going to be loads of people saying, "Oh, I have permission now. I should go slacking." But yeah, so we finished the wedding at 11. We used their PA, which doesn't happen. They hired a PA because they had a DJ coming in afterwards, and they didn't want to just have like 2 PAs around, which was kind of helpful, but also it wasn't as good a PA as ours, so we didn't sound the best we could have, and there was only the one sub. So it would have been nicer to have a little bit more. But, it was still great to have less to pack down, because once we'd finished packing down about 11:30, 12:15, we had the 4-hour drive back. So we got back at about 3:30, I think it was in the end. I got to bed about 3:30. We had to be up at 8 to be at Jimmy's Farm.
Right,
for Jimmy's Festival, because as most things with most festivals, This is the Sunday, by the way. So Saturday was the wedding, Sunday was Jimmy's festival. Obviously, there are rules and regulations as to when you can have moving vehicles around when there are thousands of people that are also drunk. And children, not drunk children. And dogs.
Toddlers walk like
Probably
drunks.
drunk dogs. Toddlers, they walk drunk. They just look
If
like
you give toddlers like novelty-sized beer bottles with not beer in them, it could just... It's like watching people on a bar crawl.
really
It's
want to do
brilliant.
this now. I have friends with kids. I'm just going to be like, "Hey, happy birthday!" It's a beer bottle,
There's a famous photo amongst
an empty one, guys.
There's a famous photo amongst my family of my sister when she was like, I don't know, she must have been 8 or 9,
Right.
and they found a Jack Daniels bottle and put some watered down Coke in it, so then it looked like Jack Daniels, and I had a picture of her drinking it straight out of the bottle.
That's so cool. Yeah. But anyway, so
amazing,
scarring behaviour aside, we had to get the kit in and get the van out by 10. So we had to be loaded in and sound checked by 10. But yeah, it was. We got it done. We were there at the Hair of the Hog Bar, Hair of the Hog Bar, which is lovely. It's like it's their restaurant usually, and it's all like sort of Tudor, but they decked it out for the festival. They had a drummer on before us. I want to say Rob Thorpe, but I think I've gotten that wrong. Funnily enough, he was a friend of my old uni buddy Tal James, who we've played on the show in Bala. They play together regularly. He's a jazz drummer who writes his own songs. Fantastic musicians with him. There's a girl called Flo, I believe, a woman called Flo, playing bass for him, who was phenomenal. Really, really great jazz bass player.
Nice.
Also, I think his name's Mike Redfern, was playing guitar, and he depped for Ashton Jones when they played Music in the Park.
Yeah.
Funny enough to see him again, but he's a London-based guitarist, so it's the second time that I've seen him on the Ipswich Festival.
Rare occasion.
But he wasn't depping for this one. I think they were called Chalkmark, is what they're called. That was their first ever gig.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And we were all very, very impressed. They were fantastic musicianship. And they had another guy called Carradine's Cockney sing along. He's just a guy on a piano and a very large mustache doing like, consider yourself. Oh, mate.
Oh, wow.
Consider yourself.
Taking on the right with the right hand, right now. Taking to the bed with the right part with the left hand and the right hand and a pain and the load ease up. Playing with the left and right hand, right now. Take it together, the left and right and run to the Cockney, hey, the up,
and he's up. I've broken you.
I hope you wrote that.
I think I had some lyrical inspiration. It was co-written.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
From whom?
Me and
You, Michael Caine.
me, Michael Caine, and David Brown.
As David Brown. Anyway, so the Cockney sing along, he was great. Had the whole bar up and dancing. It was actually Harley Cotton inside the piano doing that. And
There was no piano. I was just in there going.
now.
Anyway, I'm running out of time here. I had to take Rich back home so he could get his car. Whilst I was on that drive, I got a call from the festival director, Nikki, saying, where are you at the moment? I'm like, we're just coming back. Just had to get another car so Rich can go early. She's like, Ashfields have pulled out because they've broken down on the way here. We need you to play the main stage at 4:30. I'm like, just boom, straight down there. We played our set at the Hair of the Hog. It was absolutely fantastic. Lovely people in there. And then had to pack the gear up straight away, get straight down to the main stage, and get set up on there. And it was huge. That is the biggest stage in size that I've played.
Yeah,
it's a really big stage. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great because I actually had some room to move around, and that's what I do. That's what I want. So we just had to go straight there, and we had a really, really fantastic set. It was lovely crowd. It was so hot that, like, you know, it took a couple songs for me to get them up and get them up and moving. But once they wouldn't sit down, which was awesome. So we got into the VIP areas, just rubbing shoulders with people. And yeah, I really had a wonderful time. I got free ticket for Frankie and my mum so that they could come in and just watch.
That's all right.
And just hang out. Shout out to Bobby Coppin, who is a friend of mine who is PR, who was my connect for Jimmy's Festival. She really helped us out in just sort of knowing who the right person was to talk to. She's retired now, but she still was helping out up and coming musicians. So cheers, Bobby.
Nice.
But yeah, like so I just stuck around at the end there. Like we'd finished playing at about 6, I think it was. And I just stuck around just networking because, you know, when you have VIP access in the backstage of the festival, I'm not wasting that. The guys went straight away. Rayna came down to the...
He came to show.
To the Rock Project show.
Held out for a bit,
I wanted to be there, but, like, I was thinking
got to take
with
those
myself.
opportunities.
I was thinking for myself, and I was like, I got a couple more gigs out of that one. And also got some good faith for next year as well, for next year's Jimmy's Festival. So watch this space. We'll hopefully be back there again.
Nice.
That'd be nice. But anyway, so that was that. But once I got home, I really did sleep because I was operating at Jimmy's Festival on 4 hours sleep. Yeah.
Oh.
So and then I had to do, you know, two sets in that heat. So yeah, I'm happy now that I've slept. But that's what did I do? Did stuff. Anyway, we have a fantastic gig coming up this week. I want to play some music for you guys to prep you for it. Playing this weekend at Swanfest is Ghosts of Men. This is their new single. They've done a video for this. Check it out on Facebook. It's called I Don't Feel Right. Check it out.
powerful.
How awesome is that? So that's called I Don't Feel Right. They've got that on their Facebook new video. It's great. Little fact for you, Harley.
Oh, yeah?
Fact for you. National Album Day is coming up soon.
Ooh.
BBC have announced it because it's been 70 years since the release of the first ever LP.
Wow.
Which is great.
Do you know what that was?
I've been trying to find this out. So
You would have thought they'd put that information right next to that sentence.
yeah,
Come
no, they
on.
did say it, but I just can't remember it.
Oh, fair.
But yeah, I believe. No, it's gone. Anyway, so apparently 500 billion albums have been sold since that.
Wow.
500 billion albums in 70 years. It's mad,
That's
right?
a lot.
About 135 million downloads, I think, over the past year or something like this, which is an up on sort of about 9% on last year's figures. So the album format is growing, which is a good thing. Like, you know, there was a singles market for a very, very long time. So it wasn't good for people who were in couples.
Yeah.
But no, it was it was one of those things where, you know, people would just buy singles, they wouldn't buy the album that it came on. But now, not so much of a problem anymore. It's getting better.
I've got my favourite fact is
What's that?
what is the
The first ever, it was 1948, June 21st, just so you know.
Wow.
It was the first LP released.
Here's one. What is the highest retailer of music in Indonesia? So what shop?
I'm going to say Woolworths.
I was probably misleading when I said shop.
Right, okay.
It's KFC.
What?
In Indonesia, if you buy, like, you know, when you get a Happy Meal, you get a free toy or whatever.
Right.
In KFC, if you pay a little bit more, you get a CD.
That's great.
You get an album
of
or a
what? It's
single.
just chickens
And you get
screaming
yeah, so you-
in torture.
No. It's like you buy a CD from the charts.
Mad.
Steve Lillywhite, producer,
Right.
set up this whole thing to increase album sales in Indonesia,
That's mad.
and that's how they did it. And KFC sell more music than any other high store, any retailer
That's mad.
in the whole of Indonesia.
That is very crazy.
There we go. That's my favourite.
I like that a lot.
We
KFC.
have roughly
Kentucky Fried Colombian.
4 minutes and 59 seconds to get through what we're doing this week.
Well, I'm going to tell you. What are we doing next week?
That's nice and quick. That's good.
Thank you. 26th. What am I doing? 26th. I am actually going down to Sugar Ray's Vintage Recording Studio, as I've been talking about before.
Oh, yeah?
Check the place out to scout out for doing some new recordings. So watch this space. We're going to be doing some new music coming your way soon, as I've talked about earlier. I've got weddings Friday and Saturday, and Sunday we are playing Swanfest. We are headlining the Sunday, so we're going to be playing about 10 o'clock. Times may change, as things usually do with festivals.
They do.
But yeah, so there is an awesome lineup for Swanfest this year. I haven't done a gig list this week because I have been rushing around like a headless chicken this morning, viewing houses because I'm moving house soon.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah, I'll just give you a quick breakdown of who is playing Swanfest because it's great. So Friday we got Motherfunker, Caswell, Rubber Jaw. I had a little bit of a hand in them playing because they are so good.
Nice, well done, man.
Barney Holmes, In and Out of Sleep, and Kursk. They've got on Saturday. Inside is Kane, Fleisch, Powderhead, Ghost of Man,
Yeah, boy.
Eddie and the Wolves, Strike the Sun, and Fisticuffs. Outside,
nice.
Yeah, good.
Haven't
right?
seen them for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Stage 2 out. They've got an outside stage as well. Beard Effects, good old boy. The Immortal Fire. SA, I've seen him. He's got some new stuff out. Dark and Grey, check out that on YouTube. Chaos, Lauren Jennifer, Rod Frost and Co. And Sunday we have Inside JS and the Lockerbillies, 10 o'clock. Underline the Sky.
That sounds like a documentary. Inside JS and the Lockerbillies.
Inside JS and the Lockerbillies. No, you don't want that. That's available on YouTube. There's a history of the Lockerbillies. You can check that out. Scars of Protest, Impilo, the Rattle Cats, Capone, and Adelia. And also stage 2 outside we've got the Middle Floor, Indigo Frequency, British, KBZZ. I don't know if I spelled that right. Will Hunter, LMC, and F Garno. Both of those guys we saw at Mayday, and
nice.
they're awesome. And DJ LA. So F Garno as ex Sleepless Wild.
Yes, I was chatting with him last night. No, night before, Saturday night.
Pretty good.
Lovely guy.
Yeah.
It's good to see he's still doing music. I haven't heard much from him in recent years.
That's a bloke.
So,
but yeah, what about you, my friend? What you got going on this week?
I got a busy one. So today I got rehearsal with Mementos with Rayna Vandel.
Momentous occasion.
Hashtag go out and smash it. Tomorrow night rehearsal with Chart Attack with Adam Churchill. Hashtag stay in and play guitar. 27th, which is this Friday coming up. We've got the Rock Project end of year show, of course, and I've also got a gig straight after with Oddball and the Shifty Twins.
We also have on the Sunday Hoppi and the Hopefuls.
Getting there.
Sorry, I forgot because that's one of my gigs as well. Carry on.
So Saturday I've got a private wedding with Chart Attack, which we're really looking forward to. For Sammy and Sarah, so looking forward to that. Sunday, I am playing at the Felixstowe Carnival with Chart Attack at 3 o'clock. We're doing at 2 o'clock, sorry. We're doing a quick hour set, and I'm going to get in the van and I'm going to peg it to Stowmarket to get to the Gladstone Arms for our lovely set with Hoppi and the Hopefuls, which I'm really looking forward to. So
yeah, it's going to be really fun. What's that? 3 till 6, isn't it? We're going to be there.
I think 4 till 6.
Well, we're going to be there from sort of quite early.
You are. I'm
literally
going to turn up, put my amp down, and go right. Let's go. I'm going to do exactly what you did at the
the rep
at the rep the other week. So, yeah, no, it's a busy weekend for myself.
How many gigs you got?
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
it's only 5.
Nice. I'm 5. I'm 4.
Yeah, that's and then we're right at the front of silly season when we got weddings coming up left, right, and centre, and it's really good. It's weird though. I've only got one gig on a Friday in August.
Oh, crazy!
Everything's on Saturdays, which I'm not complaining about because it's nice to have
some
Sunday.
Friday off, don't you?
Get some days off
with Nikki.
To make the most of the days off in the summer.
Exactly. So quickly before we go, I want to do a shout out to A.N.G. A.N.G. was doing stuff on the Soapbox stage yesterday at Jimmy's Farm. Smashed it.
Yep.
Absolutely. GOASI. He's doing that recently. I want to do a shout out because she runs a session every Tuesday called Girls Where You At, and she's given us an exclusive play of a song they've recorded. So, Girls Where You At, if you are listening and you're a woman, you want to be involved in music, but you just don't quite know the right ways in, it can be quite a sausage fest sometimes, can't it?
It can, yeah.
Yeah, and most of the gigs that we play, the bands will mostly be dudes. And it's 50-50 in the population. So girls, where you at? Get involved, man. We want it just as much as ladies do. So if you really do want to get involved in some music, come down here to the Smokehouse on Tuesdays. Get in touch with A.N.G. You can find her with the Beats, Rhymes and Grimes show on IORadio. But we have an exclusive play of a song they've produced here. For some of them, it's their first ever song they've recorded.
Really, wow.
So big shout out to you guys. Well done for trying. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. So we haven't even heard it yet.
It's that exclusive.
Yeah, it's that exclusive. But yeah, love you guys. No winners of the bingo this week, eh?
No. Why? What?
Anyway, right. Well, so if
we
you
definitely made a line.
If you haven't done it on live, then do it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Get it on. Right. This is Girls Where You At. We'll see you next week.
Letting go of the past to see the future. Leave behind the sadness. Live your life. Don't let people hate you. Keep pushing by. You only have one shot. Live your life. I gotta do this. I gotta push myself today. I gotta prove this. Nothing can get in my way. I gotta do this. I gotta push myself today. I gotta prove this. Nothing can get in my way. Once I let go of the past, I can finally
the Harley and Josh show on IORadio.